Good evening, all of you, and welcome to one more exciting open forum lecture. We are all together in this Friday open forums. Many times I sit here, many times I sit here, but ultimately we are all part of something where we go back with a lot of learning. Today we have a very good, very exciting and very topical subject on which even more exciting and more relevant speaker is with us. Establishing and setting up business out of India. It's a dream of everybody. Everybody wants to do something outside India, whether to study and whether to do business. But that's where we stop. That's where we hesitate. Okay. Because we know a lot of things, we read a lot of things, but we don't have hands-on experience. And somebody who has an experience and exposure in an international field in the matter of residency, law, citizenship, international trade, if he can share the experience with us, I think that will be one of the very good first and initial step for somebody who wants to venture out further. Mr. Prashant Ajmera is essentially a lawyer, but lawyer of international level. He says that he is an Indian lawyer and a Canadian resident and an NRI, but I would say he's an international figure. He's an international lawyer, he's an international speaker, he's an international author. Because if you go through his even the brief resume and brief profile, this is what it reflects. Essentially, he's also a company secretary. I was just asking him, am I right? Yeah, he's a company secretary from UK, essentially. And he's a son of the soil. He has done his basic education in law and practicing. He started in Ahmedabad, in Gujarat High Court itself. Later on, he became member of International Bar Association. He had the privilege, to address the conferences of International Bar Association. He also had the proud privilege of accompanying and part of the team of none other than the Prime Minister of Canada in what was called as a mission Team Canada, and he visited along with the Prime Minister of Canada to Japan as also India. So you see the kind of level. He has given a lot of seminars both in India and outside several countries like USA, UK, Malaysia, Japan on diverse topics like international residency, citizenship, corporate law, international trade, has also written extensively. He is with us, and again, as I said, going to talk on a subject which is so relevant in today's time. I think we would like to welcome Mr. Ajmera, and before he starts his exposition, I would like to welcome on behalf of all of us and AMA and on my personal behalf with a bouquet of flowers. You have a PowerPoint presentation? Yeah. He has a PowerPoint presentation, and at the end of it, we will have some questions. We can take some questions also. Am I right, Mr. Vijay? Right. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Some in English, Gujarati, Hindi. How do I speak? Or mix? English would be fine. Okay. If somebody does have a problem and want to talk to me in Gujarati, more than welcome. Hindi, I can speak, and English as well. So first of all, everybody has a mobile phone? Can we switch it off, please? Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Bush, for giving a very nice welcome. I'm not of that caliber, what he has mentioned, but anyway, I take it as wholeheartedly, and thank you for doing the same. Also, I thank you, AMA, first of all, for giving me an opportunity at this platform to bring this subject to you, which is very near to my heart. And I learned over the period of 20-25 years what I'm going to tell you in 1.5 hours. So it's very difficult. But what I have tried to do is put it in a very simple way. In general, that if we want to do business outside India, what are we supposed to do? Or what we should take into the considerations. And if AMA permits and if interest is there, probably we will do similar presentations on specifically on a country, which could be Canada, USA, European countries, Hong Kong, China, Singapore. We do speak, or I do speak, or I have an understanding of number of countries, rules and regulations with respect to setting up a business in those countries. So today's my presentation is more on general, not specific to the country. So this introduction is already given, so I won't take much of your time. So as I told you that what I have done with my presentation is that it's divided into 3 parts. Because if you want to do a business outside India, first of all, we want to see what is the Indian rules are there. And most importantly, the currency restrictions. Because it's still there. It's liberalized what is more than 20 years back when it was there, or 25 years back when I left Ahmedabad. I was allowed to take only $500. Now you can take much more, bigger amount of money. As a company also, you can take a bigger amount of money. So the first part of my presentation is on the Indian rules with respect to the RBI, as probably most of you will understand. The second part is with respect to the international rules, that how it is governed if you are trying to do business outside. And the third one is international tax planning. That if we are doing a big business outside, it's very important that we do it in a systematic way and do the tax planning as well. So these are the 3 topics I'm trying to cover. As we all know that in 1992, the Indian government started with the help of our present Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, the liberalizations of our economy. And that's where the fruits we see today. In 1992, we had only 1 or 2 cars, Ambassador and Fiat. Now we have a variety of choice in every items which we would like to have it. And that's the fruit of the economic liberalizations of the India. But at the same time, the government of India thought that there cannot be a one-way traffic. We cannot keep asking the foreign companies to make an investment into India, come into India. There has to be a bilateral, because otherwise other country will say, why we should allow our company to invest in your country in India if the Indian company cannot come and invest in, for example, in Africa, in USA, in Hong Kong, in China. So after 1992, when we had a good foreign exchange reserve with the government of India or an RBI, they said now it's a time to open up the doors for investing outside India. And that was kind of a major shock for the people that up till now we were talking about investing into India, and now why the government is suddenly talking about the investing abroad. But our Prime Minister Manmohan Singh is a renowned economist, and he says there cannot be a one-way street. There has to be a two-way street. If I'm going to be your friend, I'm going to be your relative, there has to be a two-way relationships. I can't keep inviting to my house. One day you have to invite to your house as well. So similarly, the government of India thought that we need to have a policy where it becomes a bilateral. And if you look at this website, business.gov.in, it has a tremendous information about investing abroad.